Hello friends, and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss little worm artifact spots and also the new green wiggly seed spots from the 1.6 update. If you are new to the game and you've been wandering around the valley, you may have seen little wiggly areas on the ground that look like worms. When I very first started playing, I thought this was just an artistic addition, like the birds or the squirrels or the butterflies that you sometimes see while you're walking around. But it is not just for decoration. Those little wiggly spots are important whether they're green or they're brown. Between the green and the brown little wiggly spots, you will most likely see the little brown worm wiggly spots most often. These are artifact spots. Artifact spots are tile spots that can be dug up with a hoe. Other tools like a pickaxe or an axe will not work. Artifact spots can be found all over the valley and are more common in winter. These spots are the key to finding artifacts and lost books for the museum. There are a total of 42 artifacts that are needed for the museum. The museum is located on the southeast side of Pelican Town. When you donate things to the museum, you can receive rewards, and artifacts can be things like dolls, jewelry, bones, and so much more. Artifacts are not the only things needed to complete the museum, however. You will also need to find different minerals and gems that you can find in the mines. Lost books that you can find from artifact spots are not the same as readable books that you can buy from the bookseller with the new 1.6 update. When you dig up an artifact spot and a book pops out, it is automatically added to the library in the museum if it is a lost book for the museum. Lost books can also be found in fishing treasure chests and the soil in the mines and in the skull caverns. There are 21 lost books in total. Once books are dug up and added to the library, you can go to the museum and read the books as you like. Notes will come up from the books that will give you different hints and tips for in the game. At the start of the game, the only book available in the library is Tips for Farming, as well as a list of all of the other missing books. The other missing books are found in order in which they are listed. Readable books are typically purchased and will be added to your inventory, and they can be read in a similar way to consuming food by holding the book over your head and clicking. The contents of an artifact spot are dependent on where they are located on the map. The specific item found in any artifact spot is fixed for one given day, even if the game is reloaded. However, a different item is possible the next day, assuming that the artifact spot did not disappear overnight. Here are some statistics that are coming directly from the wiki on possibilities of finding different artifacts of lost books or other items. For artifact spots, there is a 20 to 32% chance of finding a lost book. This is not possible on your farm. Note that once all lost books are found, any potential lost book is replaced by finding mixed seeds. With artifact spots, you will find various artifacts, and they are dependent on location. Note, however, that some artifacts can never be found in artifact spots, and this is the dwarf squirrels, the dwarfish helm, the dwarf gadget, were disc, and the skeletal tail. Only during winter, there is a 28 to 50% chance of a winter root or a snow yam, and winter root is more likely than a snow yam in all locations. In spring, there is only a 3 to 6% chance of an artifact spot pulling up 1 to 5 rice shoots. An artifact spot may have 2 to 5 bone fragments, but only after you complete Gunther's special order quest, Fragments of the Past. If it's selected, it will continue to produce more drops. An artifact spot may contain 1 to 3 copper ore. In Pelican Town, the chance is 14%. At the railroad, the chance is 11%. At the bus stop, the chance is 9%. In the backwoods, 7%. In this intercept forest, 5%, and in the mountains, 5%. Additionally, an artifact spot can have 1 to 3 coal. There is a 5% chance of having this happen in the backwoods, a 4% chance of having this happen in the mountains, and a 4% chance of this happening on the farm. Artifact spots may contain 1 to 3 gold ore, and there is a 4% chance of this happening on the beach. Artifact spots may turn up 1 to 3 stone, which is possible anywhere from an 8 to 20% chance depending on the location. Artifact spots may also have 1 to 3 clay, which is also possible anywhere, with a 24 to 60% chance of appearing depending on location. Artifact spots may show an unseen secret note or a stone with up to a 5% chance of occurring. On the start of Summer 1, Year 1 only, an artifact spot may have 1 warp totem for the farm, 1 warp totem for the mountains, or a warp totem for the beach. It also has a 10% chance of showing up clay. As you get further in the game, you can additionally find other things from artifact spots. Artifact spots can show up to 1 or 2 mystery boxes, with a 0 to an 11.25 chance, depending on your daily luck after you've seen the Mr. Key cutscene. Artifact spots may turn up a golden animal cracker, It also depends on your daily luck and after you've claimed farming mastery. Artifact spots, as you get further in the game, may turn up actual readable books. You may find Bait and Barter, Combat Quarterly, Mining Monthly, Stardew Valley Almanac, or Woodcutters Weekly. This has a 0.5% chance overall, 0.11% chance to obtain each one. And finally, an artifact spot may come up with a random cosmetic item, and there's a 1.8% chance of this happening. Now, I am not a Stardew min-maxer. I am personally not a big numbers person, which is why I read all of these statistics directly off the wiki. Many of these numbers for me go right in one ear and out the other. They do not stick. However, I know some people really love the exact statistics and percentages for Stardew, so this is for you. Artifact spots can spawn at different rates, and like we stated earlier, they will spawn more frequently in the winter. The average spawn rate is 0.1 per day. Artifact spots will only appear on tillable tiles, which are the yellow or the brown spots on your map, not the green, grassy tiles. However, in winter, they can spawn where grass tiles were previously. Winter spawn rates increase to 0.4 per day. Artifact spots will never spawn in hidden areas, and this is like behind permanent trees, bushes, or permanent structures and buildings. However, they can still spawn in difficult to see locations that are behind removable things, like trees that you can chop down. They also will not spawn where items are placed, like chests, planted trees, or already tilled soil. If you don't see an artifact spot on the day it appears, it will typically stay there for a few days. There is a 15% chance of an artifact spot disappearing overnight. Villagers and animals cannot destroy artifact spots if they walk through or over top of them. Now, that's all about the little worm artifact spots. There's a lot more statistics for them as they spawn multiple different things. But as I stated at the beginning of this video, there's also the new green grassy seed spots. They are very similar to the worm artifact spots, however, they will produce 2 to 3 seasonal seeds when they are also dug up with a hoe. They look very similar, however, artifact spots look like little brown worms, and seed spots look like little green grass spots. They will wiggle similarly, so you'll know whether or not it's an actual seed spot or just grass. These little seed spots can be found in various spots throughout the valley. There is a 16.6% chance of seed spots spawning instead of artifact spots. Depending on the date, they will produce different types of seeds. In the spring, you can find carrot seeds. In the summer, you can find summer squash. In the fall, you can find broccoli seeds. And in the winter, you can find powder melon seeds. And yes, you can plant the powder melon seeds. As you near the end of any given season, you may receive seeds for the next season. For example, you can find broccoli seeds at the end of summer, but they are a fall seed. This is so you can have seeds to plant at the start of the next season because that current season is about to end. And that's really it for seed spots. Like I said, they're a lot more simple. But that is it. That is some basics on statistics and artifact spots, as well as seed spots. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep up with me on all of my social media channels. I'm the Anime Athlete everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, you name it. Get behind the scenes content, early access to videos, and more on my Patreon, and come play cozy games like Stardew Valley with me live on Twitch and also now on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your night.